Alright, ready?
No.
Over the top. Hey everybody, Blind Way back. I'm Aaron.
I'm Eric.
He's Eric.
And we're back.
We're doing a Q&A.
Yeah, well, not doing reactions. We haven't done like a reaction or review for like 3 days. It feels like.
I did one a couple days ago.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing. What are we doing? What's this? Who's that?
It's a Q&A.
Oh.
Who's that?
Yeah.
They watch and listen to us. And they write stuff down below.
Down below.
Yeah, down there.
There's questions right there, though.
Well, yeah, but we got those from down there.
Oh.
Well, not down there. We got them from another time down there.
Aaron, we're literally breaking this fourth wall. No, Aaron, you'll crack it!
Oh, okay. Alright, well, let's get into some questions about, this time, Legends of Tomorrow.
Legends of Tomorrow. I can't wait to watch the next episode.
I wonder where they're going to go.
I don't know.
West.
Maybe there's a question about that.
How about Kien Duivin?
Delavine.
Duivin Buden?
Dulavin Buden.
No,
Good name.
Duivin. There's no L, right? It's an I?
Is that
Isn't that an I?
is that an I?
I think it's an I.
I think it's an L.
They're both I's.
Dalvin Buden.
I think it's Duivin Buden. Anyway, at the end of the episode, Rip talks about going where Savage is most vulnerable. What could this be?
Oh, it was the exact first question. What could it be?
Wild West.
Why would he be most vulnerable there?
Because he was building a giant spider that wasn't very good.
No. Wow, Wes. No. He does that in every song. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, ha ha.
What?
Where is he going? What's the most vulnerable? Most vulnerable is before he gets his powers.
Oh, he's a baby. Go kill him as a baby.
Not kill him as a baby.
Why?
Because it's evil.
You know what would happen if they did that?
Huh.
There'd be no Hawk Girl or Hawk Man.
So? There would be. They just wouldn't be immortal. They'd be 11. Have sex in that bed.
Yeah, but they'd be dead and they wouldn't be superheroes. Well, they're not really superheroes now. But
Well, they don't know.
I'm saying. Actually, it might be better. Go kill him as a baby and fix everything. No Vandal Savage, no Hawk people.
I mean, they just wouldn't have 4,000 years. I mean, what are you saying? That's unfair. They wouldn't have their 4,000 years of love. Like, most people only get 80 years.
Well, no, but
if that.
They're superheroes.
Are they?
I mean,
what have they done that's super, other than
fly.
just dying?
Fly. Can you fly? Because you're not super.
I don't know.
Can't fly.
If I did fly, I would fight as I'm flying and not just fly around and land.
With a giant mace.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes they do that, like wing jump thing, and then, whoa. But they only do that against each other.
Yeah, you can do that when you have...
They only do that against each other,
Yeah.
don't they?
You could also pull that off if you have, like, a wire and a wire team. Which I guess that's what they do. I don't know. I'm not super excited about the Hawk choreography whenever I see it.
Yeah. They should use their wings to fight.
I mean, if anything, Hawkman in the comics is a brutal, brutal man.
Yeah.
And he has a very large mace.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a very large mace in this.
So does Hawk Girl. She has a big mace.
Yeah.
They should use their wings to fight, too.
I agree.
Right? Like, they punch here and then hit you with the wing over here.
Well, they just need to fly with those maces. Just bang! Just bang!
My Pidgeotto hits people with his wings.
Exactly.
Fuck. Anyway,
we haven't answered the question.
Where are they going to go? I think... Well, I did. Kill him as a baby.
I don't think so.
Well,
I mean, if he's most vulnerable, it's before he has his powers. But Rip has already done that.
Yeah, he tried.
He tried to do that, and he had temple guards.
Temple guards. I don't know. Maybe like when he's regenerating or something?
Maybe when he's ashes.
Maybe
Malcolm?
when Merlin has him.
Yeah.
How's he going to know that?
I don't know.
They need just like a timeline of like everywhere that Vandal's been, and then they can just...
Oh, only Professor Borden had that, right?
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
even then it wasn't very complete.
Good. No.
Gideon seems to know somehow. She's always like, he's over here in the 80s. How's she know that?
I don't know. She senses it. I don't know. She always knows the future, too. How does she know that?
Well, she's still connected to the Time Master's,
Central computer?
server, yeah.
So maybe they know. She taps into it.
She just goes to Facebook timeline, looks through it.
What's going on today?
It's all changed. So I don't know where he's going to be. I don't know what could be most vulnerable, but baby, I don't know. They shouldn't be baby killers.
Why?
Because it's...
Vandal killed a kid.
You're being a time cop. You're arresting somebody before they've committed a crime.
Nope.
It's technically immoral.
Immoral?
Immoral.
Immoral.
Yeah, or amoral.
Immoral what?
Not moral, but amoral.
think you're making up words.
Nope.
How about we move on to John Diggle?
That's just John.
Oh. He says, is it just me, or does this episode confirm Dig is not in the grave on Arrow?
My first response would to say no, because this is a kind of a alternate time.
As if
that they're
going to
change
up, right?
So we can't really like trust what's happened. But if we really think about it, how old is Connor Hawk? Obviously he's less than 30 because this is 30 years in the future. But he's not yet born in Arrow.
Maybe he's like 20.
But he had that line where he said, "I can't use my father's name because I wasn't strong enough to save him," or something like that, right?
Yeah.
That implies that John died in his lifetime.
Yeah.
So unless Diggle's wife is like 9 months pregnant, and he blamed himself.
Couldn't bust out of the womb.
He
No.
blamed himself like as a toddler. The time one doesn't really work.
No.
But what are the rules to an alternate reality and them changing things? Like, because Oliver kind of implies that like Sarah and Ray coming back stops.
Could have changed it.
Yeah.
Could have. He said he's not saying it would have saved it, but it might have helped him. Well, I don't think Diggle's in the grave to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, what they're saying is like, does it remove him from it? If I was a showrunner and I was doing all this, and I say, yeah, you can do like an alternate timeline thing, it doesn't affect any of the shows because we don't want anybody to lose any stakes here. So I would probably say like officially, no, it doesn't.
Doesn't
but
matter at all.
unofficially, it kind of does.
I would say it's still Lance or Felicity's mom.
But it could also be
because Lance was dead.
It could also be Thea. It
Nope.
could also be Laurel.
Maybe.
It could also be Samantha.
No, she's not even in the city. She's safe. How about Brent Justice, who says, why do you think this future, 2046, did not look at all futuristic? There was nothing there apart from Oliver's arm that looked like it was from 2046. That's 30-year difference. They might as well have set it in an alternate 2016. Just a nitpick that kind of bothers me.
Well, it's actually only 15 years in the future because that was whenever the undertaking happened, right? 15 years? So technically, once that happened, it's not like you're buying a new car
Yeah,
that
there's
can
no
fly
more progression going
because they've taken over the city.
on. The Uprising.
The Uprising. Undertaking is
Before.
the other one.
Yeah.
Merlin's.
Yeah.
We saw like cars and stuff all over the place. Who's to say they're not self-driving cars? We don't know.
I mean, 15 years. I mean...
Well, think in 2000 to now. I mean, I don't know. Didn't one guy have like a light gun that he shot Connor with? Didn't somebody shoot like a gun
They shot
at
him with
Connor and it
something.
like exploded? That was kind of like a futuristic weapon.
Was it?
Yeah.
I remember getting shot. I don't remember what it was with.
I thought like he got shot with some kind of thing that like had like a big light flare and had sparks come off of it, and we were like, "Whoa, look at that!"
I mean, I'm trying to think back in like 2000. I don't think things are that different. You
Well,
know?
they are. They're just not like, I mean, it's not like everybody's going to tear down the house and build a future house.
No, like
houses are going to stick around.
like there's like things that are different. iPods and different like technology and stuff like that.
Yeah, but
nothing like outside and like
Yeah.
the city really looks that drastically different.
Not really. I mean, especially for a place that's been sitting kind of destroyed for 15 years too, with like people like taking stuff.
Mhm.
Maybe like all the future tech that was visible, like people have like taken and stripped and
Yeah.
sold for parts.
Well, Oliver was saying that or was it Oliver or Connor Hawk? Someone was saying that they took all of smoke industry stuff
Yeah.
and took it somewhere else.
Yeah.
So, I mean, anything technology-wise they had was stored either in that warehouse or they sent it to another city. So maybe another city looks a lot different.
Yeah, that's true. That could be it. Well, I mean, we only saw Star City. We didn't see like Central City or anything, so
No.
I don't know.
Or coast. Or maybe Atlantis raised from the water.
Maybe.
All right, how about mashed potatoes?
What? No,
Oh,
Aaron.
I'm-
It says Nash.
I'm sorry.
I got so excited.
This is mashed taters. Anyway, I love Arrow and Flash, but there is something so refreshing of having main characters that aren't always trying to do the right thing. And I think that seeing how Heatwave is descending into more of a villain, there might be a part where he ends up joining Savage.
No.
A fellow man who wants to watch the world burn. P.S. I prefer the name Absolute Zero over Captain Cold.
So, Mick Rory, Heatwave. We've seen him kind of going into more of a villain role with this episode.
Yeah.
But I feel like he kind of pushed through that a little bit at the end.
With the little Ray nod thing.
Yeah, where he was like,
knowing-
I'm not sure who my people are.
Yeah.
So, is there a possibility of him ever actually joining Savage, like betraying the team to watch the world burn? I don't think so. I think whenever in episode 2 or 1, I'm not sure which one, but when Savage like pushes him over and he's like, I'm gonna kill that guy. I think he holds a grudge.
Yeah, he does.
So I don't think that he would I mean, he doesn't. I don't think he really cares about stopping Savage, but if he had the chance, he'd burn the hell out of him.
I don't want to see him go full villain. I wouldn't mind seeing him go kind of bad, but then have some kind of redemption type aspect.
Yeah.
But for him to just go straight villain
at
this point, I don't know. If he does, I hope Captain Cold doesn't. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think we definitely have some shit to go through with Mick before he can become kind of where Leonard's at now. You know, Leonard seems to be a lot more on board.
Level-headed.
Yeah, a lot more level-headed, and he seems to actually care about stopping Savage to be the most badass person in history, not really to steal stuff, you know? So, we'll see. I mean, they're still going to steal stuff. Absolutely. But, like I said last time in the reaction, I don't want this to happen. But I could see possibly Captain Cold sacrificing himself or Mick sacrificing himself, and that pushes him over that line that they're not going to be willing to cross otherwise. Right? Maybe?
That may be neat. I'd rather see Mick sacrifice himself.
I mean, sacrificing yourself doesn't mean you're dead, either. You could just, like...
Dead.
Maybe.
Dead.
I don't want it to happen, but if it's going to happen, I don't see them doing it to Captain Cold.
Alright, Masterful Paladin. I think he's one of the guys that comments all the time on our Pokemon stuff.
Oh, yeah?
What if, since he knows they're coming now, Savage goes and finds a Hawkman reincarnation and tells him a bunch of lies and such to turn them against the team? I think that would be awesome. Charmander over... Oh.
Yeah!
Hey, look, Charmander over Bulbasaur, but Chimchar overall.
Yeah. I picked Chimchar, too. I like this idea. Wouldn't it be kind of cool? Huh?
Turtwig.
No. No,
Piplup?
No, not those Pokemon.
Piplup.
But I like this idea. Like, what if Savage recruited a Hawkman reincarnation and they have to fight an evil Hawkman and then, like, turn him and bring him... And now she's the mentor, bringing him into the fold.
That could be interesting.
That could be cool. I like that idea rather than just, like... Because, I mean, they have to get another Hawkman, right? I mean, people keep saying, like, well, we're going to bring him back. And we're like, well, we're in episode 7 now, coming up, right? So, he has him back.
Is it 7?
I think next gonna be 7.
This is 6.
I don't think so.
Wasn't the last one 5?
I think it was 6. I'll look it up. You seem to care so much. Prove me wrong. A chance to prove Eric wrong? I'll take it. Legends of Tomorrow, episode 6.
As I said.
So, Aaron, just for the sake of it, I would like you to apologize to me for doubting what I knew to be correct.
What was the last episode? Maybe you wrote that one down wrong.
Look at me.
No!
You deserved it.
Aww.
Wasn't very hard. Next to me, it'd be harder. Be harder next time. Shit.
All right, Tyler Jensen's Q&A. All right, Blind Wave, I submit to you a slap bet idea.
Oh!
Who else on the Legends team dies this season? P.S. Nobody is an acceptable answer. I really like your work. Keep up the awesome work. Well, thank you, Tyler.
Okay.
Well,
so we have to pick a person to die.
I'd have to pick Mick.
I had to pick Mick. I just said he was going to die earlier.
Well, I picked it first.
No. That's not how it works.
Yes.
No, I picked him last week.
I thought you were just saying Captain Cold.
I said them or that, and then I said Mick's more likely to go. Everybody heard it.
All right. So
I got Mick.
All right, I got Mick.
So if we slap each other?
If it's someone besides Mick, we slap each other.
But if it's not,
if it is Mick, then we don't get slapped.
Aaron, this is the worst thing possible. I lose my favorite character or get slapped.
I thought Captain Cold was your favorite.
No, I like Mick more now.
Oh, I like Snark.
So either I don't lose him or I get slapped in the face.
He dies, you lose him, you're crying, and you have to get slapped. No, not Mick.
Okay, well, alright, I'll accept that. But because I said Mick Rory first...
What? I did.
No, I did. I said it last week.
Well, I said it in this question.
Well, I said it last week before this question. So I got 2 to your 1. So because I said it first, I get to slap you last.
Huh?
You slap me first, then I slap you. That way I can judge how hard you're slapping.
Okay.
All right? Okay? Is that the flat bet? You don't want to pick anybody else.
Well, I was about to go through my list.
Okay, go through your list.
Because it can't be Hawk Girl because she's the one that has to kill Vandal, right? So if she dies, then we have no Vandal Savage.
She could kill Vandal Savage in the last episode and die.
I mean, what if she dies and comes back in reincarnation?
No, only that happens if they kill Vandal.
Well, they wouldn't be able to if she died.
Well, I think, what if she kills Vandal and then she dies too?
Okay. So
we're talking end of season. By the end of season, someone's going to die on this team.
So what if they come back? I mean, Vandal...
No, she has to be dead.
Vandal kills them all the time, and then he comes back to
life. Yeah, but if he dies, they can't come back to life.
Are you sure?
I think. Aren't they like tied to each other?
I don't know.
I think so.
I mean, where's Hawkman at now? He died, and he's still alive.
Well, it takes time for.
Vandal comes back every
even if
time.
Even if he instantly reincarnated from the moment he died, they went in time. It wouldn't matter.
Yeah, sure. Right, I don't think it could be Hawk Girl because she has to kill Vandal.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna be Ray because he has too much to prove with the whole thing.
Well, he could.
Right.
He could prove it by dying.
No, that sounds silly.
Sure.
He wants to be something important. I guess he could be something important by dying. He's a Boy Scout.
Mm-hmm.
That could be possible.
If anything, it'd probably be most likely him because he's the one so obsessed with his legacy.
I mean, he did give himself up for saving Mick.
It'd be a good story for him to sacrifice his legacy to save the world.
Thus creating a legacy?
Yeah.
I don't know. Stein, no. Stein, no. What'd you do?
Nothing.
What'd you do?
I'm just trying to get you to convince do something other than Mick.
Stein, I don't think it would be Stein.
He's old. He's an old man. He's gonna die.
Jefferson,
it can't be either.
It can't be either of them.
They can't replace another
already
member
lost
of
Ronnie. Yeah, they've already lost Ronnie and stuff.
Yeah.
You got Sarah, who's already died and came back, so she
that would just be
her,
weird,
right?
Yeah.
Rip. What if he dies to save his son and wife? Maybe you know.
Yeah, but can there be a Legends of Tomorrow without Rip Hunter? I mean, he's kind of like this is like his show. Gideon, she already flies a ship. Well, what does he do?
Yeah,
he presses this one little lever and it does nothing.
Yeah, but Captain Hunter, right? So like, Captain Stein. What happens then?
I don't think it. I mean, by fucking apparently Jefferson can just fix a ship now.
Well, yeah, he can. It's an engine. Snart. I don't want it to be Snart.
He's got to be Mayor.
Yeah. No, he's not. I don't want it to be Snart.
Well, yeah, because Oliver's already left the mayor arena. You know, Snart come and be mayor
Of Star City.
Sure.
So that has to be Mick. Mick or Ray. Right.
I feel like you left someone out. I guess you didn't.
No, Carter.
Gideon.
Carter's already dead. Gideon. I mean, she could die, but she's not part of the team, is she?
If Gideon dies, do we count that and slap each other?
No. No. I don't know. I think I'd stick with Mick. Mick or Ray. But I think Mick has that villain redemption story arc type of thing maybe building up.
Could be Ray, though.
No. He'd be tiny. He's already died kind of before and came back.
So you could either go original and go with Ray and actually, be a man with some balls and be like, you know what, I'm going for this character. I'm not just going to copy Eric and his wonderful thing when he said this 2 weeks ago that Mick might die. But no, I'm going to copy that, not have any balls, and pick the same one as he does. You're like Calvin getting food after you order. He just orders the same damn thing all the time.
No. Well, yeah, he does. But you don't want to do the same thing you did with Arrow, where, like, in the first episode or two, you make an assumption.
How confident are you that it's Mick?
And then you make an assumption. I don't think anyone's going to die.
I'm just saying, in this slap bet, how confident are you? Because if you were really wanting to be a man, Aaron, you would pick Mick and give me everybody else.
What?
Just like an Arrow.
So then you wouldn't get Mick.
No, I wouldn't get Mick. But if it's anybody else, I pick everyone else but Mick.
So you're hoping that Mick dies?
I'm not hoping, but just to make it even with our crazy slap bet stakes, that'd be kind of funny.
Nope.
If an Arrow, I have the stupid, irrational slap bet that I made in the first episode of that season, and now you can do it all the way up to episode 6. You have this irrational, stupid slap bet. I think it'd be good. I think the viewers would love it.
I don't think so much that it's going to be Mick, only Mick. I think it's going to be Mick or Ray.
No, you're not confident then.
Yeah. How about I get Mick and Ray, and then you get anyone else?
Do you want to do that? That's pretty good odds. It's not as many odds as anybody else
in the entire universe.
There's 9 members. If you get 2, that leaves me with 7.
Well, Carter's already dead.
Well, he can come back, die again. That's what he does. That's their superpower, Aaron. I mean, they die.
Can I just pick Carter and I can just slap you?
No. He's already died.
Exactly. He's already dead.
Technically, I would slap you because you got your 2 guys and I get everybody else.
So, Carter's already dead. By the end of the season, Carter's the only one dead. You gonna slap me?
Yeah.
Because he's dead?
Sure.
No. It's terrible. Carter's not in the list.
Okay, no. Well, the last Carter. If there's a new Carter, he's still in the list.
So a new Carter shows up and then just
And
dies.
then dies. Yeah. We got a couple episodes left. Make it happen. So, okay, it's actually terrible because I think the only two people that could die would be Ray and
That's what I said.
So, do I take the bet? Because I would have better odds. So you'd have 2 people and I'd have the rest.
Yes. You'd have 6 people.
I don't know if I should, though, because I feel like I'd be slapped real hard. Because I think it's those 2. No, okay, we'll go with the 2 mix.
2 mix?
Yep. You think it's Mick, I think it's
All
Mick.
right.
Or do you want to change it to Ray?
No.
That would make it interesting.
No. Now, if we do the Ray or Mick versus everyone else, if I'm wrong, you just slap me twice.
No.
All right.
I've already made a bad decision with her. I don't
All right, so we're both mix.
Yeah.
Both mix.
Well, we gotta shake on it.
Do we?
Yeah. No.
Shake with
Shake
Tyler?
my hand.
Ow. It's so squeezing.
Gotta squeeze back.
Why?
Because that's what men do. Awesome.
I was like this.
Ow! This isn't offensive.
I'm like trying to shake. You're like, shake it this way.
Oh, his hand is stronger.
All right.
Should have known that.
Right, it's the shame. Imperium. Do you think we'll be able to get a glimpse of one of the legends in the future? Like the future Adam, Mick, Snart, all looking like they do in the comics.
Are we going to go to the future again?
I don't know. One thing that would be neat is if we went kind of in the past or something like that too. Because I saw someone post a picture on our Twitter that was about, it showed a picture of Snart, but then it showed a picture of the 90s Flash. With Captain Cold back then.
Sure.
What he looked like. I was like, it'd be cool if they were some kind of universe, whatever, where like Snart looked like that and was dressed like that Captain Cold.
Wait, a different universe or like the past?
I don't know.
Because he didn't get his gun until he stole it from Cisco, right?
Yeah. He had some kind of weird gun instead of like that thing. And he had like these little like black sunglasses looking things. It'd be funny.
Going into the future and see, the thing is that they're not allowed to interact with their future and past selves, right?
I don't think they can be in a time.
Because that's why Rip didn't want Sarah to go into Star City. It's like, this is your hometown.
Because she was too connected.
Yeah.
Was what it was. That's why they took the Central City people. But I think like if there's a chance of them being in the same place at the same time, they can't go there.
Yeah.
That's why they couldn't go to where they turned Vando into dust.
True.
Right?
But it would be cool to see the past, like maybe with Ray, maybe seeing his fiance's killer.
Although right after saying that, Stein went and saw Stein.
Well, true. That is true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you went and saw a future, like if Ray Palmer went and saw future Ray Palmer, I'm pretty sure a future old Ray Palmer would be like, hey, you look just like me. I'm pretty sure I've done what you've done already.
Well,
this is when you met me. Remember that? I remember that.
Yeah, but they're actually changing events, so...
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
There's that whole timeline thing.
Because when they went into the future, they didn't come back yet. So if you went into the future, there would be no future then because they haven't come back yet. Like when they went into the Arrow thing, Sarah wasn't there as an old person, so I don't think they could do that.
That's true, yeah. Because they've left the timeline,
so
they're not there.
Yeah, so they actually
can't see themselves because they weren't in that timeline anymore.
They can only meet their past selves, not their future. I'm so fucking smart.
The only way they could do that would be if they went back in time there, right? If they put them back where they belong, and then went back in time, and then went to the past before they picked them up the first time and picked them up. Took them to the future, right?
Yeah.
Because now you have that cut, and then they come back, and now they're continuing, but then there was the time... I don't know.
So you're saying, like, they go back and drop themselves off back in
2016, and then go back to, like, 2015.
And then go back to 2015, grab them again,
and then
so they can continue their line, and then take them to the future, and then meet themselves, all for the sake of a story that should not happen.
Yes.
Okay. Well, they can't. So, Imperium, think about your question more.
What do you think about it too much? All right, this is Chimer Mouse? Chime Mouse?
Chime Mouse.
Chime Mouse?
On YouTube.
YouTube. YT. If Rip recruited our legends because they had no impact on the timeline, then how could Ray and Sarah never returning to 2016 lead to this bad future? Or, as far as Rip and the Time Masters are concerned, does Star City becoming no man's land also have no impact on the timeline?
Yeah, so we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, right? With them never returning.
Oliver said he thought it would help. He doesn't know if it would have changed anything. So
Honestly,
it might have not.
Oliver doesn't... What the hell is he talking about? I mean, he doesn't have one of Kronos' little things that you point at and like, oh, you're not very important, are you? You know? I mean, I guess Rip would have that technology.
Mm-hmm.
But Rip could just be lying. Again, it could be a double lie.
Also, at that point, they had no change on the timeline, but I think they've changed in the past.
Yeah.
So the change in the past might have influenced to where now they would be important in the timeline.
True.
For some reason or another as well. I wonder what is considered impact on their timeline. You know what I mean? Like a whole city going to destruction and people dying like that.
I mean,
isn't influential.
When you're talking about like coming from the point of view of that one guy that they came back and Kronos, he took Kronos' sin after and stuff. Who's that one guy? Like his master or his...
Oh, the Time Master that came?
Yeah, the one Time
I don't
Master.
remember his name.
I mean, it sounds to me like they just are stopping people from affecting time. Like, what did the Time Masters do? Because if everything that happens is the proper timeline, the one thing they're probably doing is actually fixing things that time travelers are messing up.
I mean, maybe. But if that's the case, then Kronos they should be after because he just disintegrated 2 random kids for no reason.
No, they weren't part of the timeline, though. He checked them.
I mean, they were in the timeline, though. They just weren't
but they weren't
integral.
integral.
Something like that. So,
Yeah.
like, what is considered integral? Is a whole city...
Like, it's...
Can it be not considered
Like, it's not in
important?
here, but we had one question. Like, why doesn't Time Masters stop, like, Flash and Reverse Flash from going through time and changing things? Well, I said, like, well, one, Flash, like, created the Time Masters, right? Or he has to be involved somehow because he created Gideon, and they use Gideon.
Yeah.
And two, it seems like the Reverse Flash's time travel's integral to the timeline.
Yeah, because he goes back and creates the Flash, which causes other things to happen, too.
So, and the Time Masters aren't doing anything with that, so... I don't know what the hell they do. They sit around in that big chamber all day looking at each other from afar.
I think they try to... Maybe, like... They try to make sure everything happened all the way to the point when time travel was created.
Yeah.
To make sure nothing happens that destroys time travel.
It makes their job redundant. Gotta protect our jobs! That's probably what happened. Next question.
The Great Dynamo says Oliver's robotic arm has a Star Labs logo on it. So I guess future Cisco was still alive.
Yeah, it's a little detail we actually missed.
I didn't see that.
I didn't see it, but it's totally there.
I wondered... I mean, I'm still curious as to how he got it exactly, but if he fought with the Deathstroke kid, lost his arm, and then retreated to his lab and hid there, I was like, how did he get this futuristic arm if everyone left him? So he was like, called Cisco.
Maybe Cisco heard about it and just sent him the arm and he's never used it.
Maybe.
I
I
mean,
wonder how it
it was
connected.
Go ahead.
Did he lose his arm here or up here?
Well, I thought it was like here because he was... At least he had like the shirt to like here, didn't he?
Yeah.
So...
But it looked very hangy, so I didn't know it was there.
The arm like went up to like right here, right? I don't think it went up all the way here.
Okay. So like it plugged into his bone and
Yeah,
stuff?
you just... Still new.
You know, work with that thing. Huh. Well, that's interesting. It was weird. It worked pretty well. I like when he was like blocking like swords with it.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That's cool. Sharpie486. Do you guys think that Barry will make an appearance in Legends like Oliver did? Like have one episode centered around Barry's situation in the future?
It would be cool. We saw Barry in that fake promo. Remember they're fighting the giant leg came down? Remember?
And the Flash was
Barry
running
was
around?
like running around. But that was just fake.
I want the leg to show up. Maybe Cisco made it.
Maybe.
Yeah, turned into a giant.
It was a Sentinel. That's Marvel.
No. Maybe no. Because maybe he's busy with his little parent Supergirl thing.
The thing is if you go in the future and you see somebody, it dictates what the Flash can and can't do in his show. Because that means he doesn't die. If he's around, doesn't he not age?
I mean, he could time travel.
I guess.
It could have been Barry from 2016 in the future.
Yeah.
Time travel and jumped up in the future and then goes back to the past.
You could do that, I guess. I still like my one idea of an evil Barry. Like they screw something up, Barry gets raised by Reverse Flash instead of the West.
He kind of did.
Yeah, like that actually happens, and then they have to fight and stop Flash from being corrupted. So they try to like go back in time and fix things, but Flash can also go back through time. So you have an evil Flash stopping all their trying to fix time stuff.
It'd be funny to see like somehow like something's like being destroyed. And
Yeah.
like it's trying to suck him in. He's like outrunning it. Like the ground's like
Yeah.
He's like,
and then he could literally like let's say they like fix everything and Barry's back on track, but the bad Flash escaped the singularity, so now there's just an out of time, belongs nowhere evil Barry that can be an antagonist every once in a while.
Interesting.
That would be awesome. Even though we already have an evil Barry in the sense of Reverse Flash and Zoom and Hunter Zolomon and Cobalt Blue, all the other Flashes that are evil.
Mm-hmm.
You can have an actual Barry Allen that's evil.
Yeah.
Ooh. And he could just be like going through time.
Just
That would be
traveling through
awesome.
time.
That would be awesome. Just caught this wrecking shit.
Him and Reverse Flash team up.
Yeah, that's season 2. Like they beat Vandal Savage, but season 2 is you have to beat Barry fucking Allen. Evil, bad one, bad boy.
Barry,
He went
bad
to prison. You know,
Into prison.
doesn't wear glasses, no bow tie, nothing.
No bow tie.
Yeah,
That's there's 2 bow ties.
fucks chicks. No.
All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this episode of the Legends
Oh,
of
that's it,
Tomorrow
Aaron.
Q&A.
There's no more questions.
No, that's all the questions for this episode. So make sure you guys tune in for the next episode of Legends Tomorrow on the CW, and then come back here for our reaction and review of Legends Tomorrow.
Yep.
Episode 7. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe button down there in the bottom. Check out blindwave.net. Also, if you guys have any things you guys want to try to say to us, or specifically if you guys want to mention about what types of reactions you want to do requests for,
Ooh.
go to our subreddit.
Ooh.
There's a specific thread on there for reaction requests.
Aaron, are you talking about reddit.com/r/blindwave?
Yeah. Put your reaction requests there. There can be a lot more discussion, too, of anything else you guys want to talk about there as well. Check out all of our links in the description below as well for social media like Facebook and Twitter. And check out our Twitch where Calvin and I have been going through Pokemon Leaf Green. It's been fun. Until next time, I'm Aaron.
I'm Eric.
And we'll see you guys later. Eric, hit the button. Oh, jeez.